This video is sponsored by my favorite website creator, Squarespace, the best place to go when you want to get a domain or create a gorgeous website or an online store. Another season, another anti-haul. The 6 things I won't be buying this summer because they're either short-lived trends, they're wrong for me personally, or because I've already got a good option at home. Instead of spur-of-the-moment shopping this summer, let's use what we already have in our wardrobes and save our money for post-corona fun instead. Here we go. Let's start with the short-lived trends. The hot things we crave right now, but probably won't become timeless classics we would treasure season after season for years to come. This summer is all about the fishnets. And I mean, actually fishnets. The fashion netting this season looks eerily like something you just fished out of the ocean and tied around your waist like a poolside wrap or a maxi skirt. I don't know, I think it's the light colors, the whites and the turquoise that make these look so much like actual fishnets. I can't see how this could ever turn into long-lived timeless pieces. I'm opting out. If you're also opting out from short-lived trends this summer, give me a little like to let me know that you want me to continue with the anti-haul series, and there's a little subscribe button just down there for those of you who haven't clicked it yet. Now, I'm Swedish, so I grew up in clogs. In our summer cottage, 4 weeks every summer, I'd either stomp around in clogs or go barefoot. Those were the only 2 choices. So although I have a nostalgic kind of romantic affinity for clogs, I also know just how goddamn impractical they are. They're heavy, they don't fit around your foot snugly, so you slide around in there. You always, and I mean always, bloody twist your ankle in them, and they do show up as summer trends quite often. So although they're never long-lived, they do come back again and again, so I wouldn't say that they're exactly a bad investment from a trend perspective. It's more about the comfort, practicality, and safety of these clunky shoe hazards. For my ankle's sake, I'm staying away. I got the smallest head this side of the galaxy, and although I love me an over-the-top oversized pair of sunnies, there's a limit to what my tiny face can handle. So Aviator Sunglasses are not my jam. This season, the aviators are going even bigger in a 70s maxi-sized version with huge lenses for that smoky, glamorous version of 70s style. You know, the 70s is like my least favorite fashion decade, so even if I had a bigger head, I'd probably stay clear of this one. If you're into the disco decade though, a pair of oversized aviators aren't a bad investment, I'd say. It's one of the most classic frame shapes and they're fun, aren't they? Kind of instant glamour once you put them on, as long as you don't go for the police officer look though with button-up shirt and chewing gum. Wouldn't recommend that version of aviator. For me personally, there are 2 problems with the knit maxi skirt trend. First of all, slim maxi skirts are hard to pull off for us wide-hipped ladies who aren't going for a va-va-voom look. This shape is excellent for everyone wanting to show off curves and look like you have a lot of gorgeous hips and bum, but since I'm more androgynous, boyish in my style, I don't feel at home in shapes making my hips or boobs look bigger. It just doesn't feel like me, if you get what I mean. But if you're going for a super sexy silhouette, this is the shape for you. The second issue I have with a knit maxi skirt is that knit items so often are made out of wool. As a vegan, I don't wear wool and I get asked about this so often, like cutting the sheep doesn't kill them or whatever, but part of the wool industry are some of the absolute worst when it comes to animal welfare. I wish you would just trust me on that and decide to stay away from wool, but if you don't trust me, I'll leave a link in the description that explains the ethical implications of wool. But seriously, I'd rather you just take my word for it because this is not something I want you guys to fill your brains with. By the way, we have an episode of the podcast called Our Thoughts on the Controversial Documentary Seaspiracy, where I talk more about sustainability and veganism. I'll leave a link below to that. Go watch it and subscribe to the podcast if you haven't already to spend time with me and David every Monday morning. Minimalist swimwear. Shouldn't this be exactly the trend for me, you're thinking? Neutral colors, simple but exciting designs, modern shapes. It sounds like just right up my alley, doesn't it? And it is. But here's the thing, there's only so much swimwear a girl can ever need. I got plenty. And considering I probably swim like twice this summer, finding a pond here in London somewhere, probably not being able to travel, what would be the point? I'm super happy with the swimwear I have. I'm not wasting money on another set this season, no matter how gorgeous the trends, because the swimwear trends this year, oh man, hot, 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 hot. The puffer bags or pillow bags, what do we think? Do we love them? We sure do, right? But guys, I really don't think this is any way long-lived. Maybe I'm wrong, but it feels a bit too particular to stand the test of time. Besides, for me personally, investing in bags is always something I need to be careful with. Because the thing is, I don't really wear bags that often. When David and I are out together, I usually put all my stuff in his rucksack. We're big on walking. We walk like 2-3 hours easily when we're out on a date on the weekend. And my shoulders and my lower back can't really handle carrying heavy stuff for that long. So David hauls all my shit. Seriously, I don't even think he'd need a bag if it weren't for me. That's pure love though, isn't it? Right there. And even though bags are such gorgeous outfit elevators, I can't tell you how much I enjoy walking around all light and free with just myself to carry around. So I have all the bags I need already. I don't even get to wear the ones I have enough. Therefore, I'm staying away from the pillow bag. What about you? Have you decided to invest in any of these trends that I'm staying away from? Which one? Or are you also hardcore saving your money and using what you already own this summer? Let me know your shopping plans. Ooh, and give me a thumb if you want me to continue with the antihaul series, and don't forget to click subscribe if you're new around here. Do you want to create a beautiful site, maybe start your own fashion blog? If so, you should definitely do it with Squarespace. They have great blogging tools to share your stories, photos and videos to make it easy to reach your audience. You can also auto-post your content to Twitter, Facebook or Tumblr. And simply schedule your posts for them to be properly tagged, and the descriptions and titles will show up correctly. You can of course add your social media accounts to your site so that it's easy for your readers to find you everywhere. Squarespace also have a great traffic analytics so that you can see how many people are visiting your site, how long they're staying for, where they're coming from, and what they're interested in, like sustainability, fashion, or minimalism, for example. So what are you waiting for? Go get your free trial today at squarespace.com, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/JennyMustard to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. I love to see that so many of you have done this already. Thanks for watching today, you guys. This was fun. See you soon. Happy summer. Puss puss and hey do. You were assisting someone throwing knives at street signs.
Yeah.
When you were how old? 14?
At street signs.
Wasn't he throwing the knives at street signs?
No, in the tube, in the subway.
At people?
No, it was just 2 old people in the subway.
At 2 old people?
And those were the ones that snitched. And you know what happens to snitches?